are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. A dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw, Mills. Incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Mills. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it will be Falcon football. At their own 48-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Brissett. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
In a game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints first down, 2nd down. The Saints sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll try to throw here. Mills. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mills. And that will be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this part of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing, Brissett. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Running left is Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave a pretty good pop too and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Brissett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Brissett. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Mills. And he's got Jordan complete right side.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Mills. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Back to Walker on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second down, it's Walker. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
To throw again on second down.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever.
Mills now. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on the first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Looking to throw is Mills.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Third and short yardage, Brissett.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett.
Claypool with another catch.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Brissett on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 40. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Up the middle they go with Adams. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, They take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They run again with Walker.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
Room here to run.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's got some space here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They'll run with Patterson.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This is 3rd and goal. Brissett. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mills eluding the pressure right.
His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, right side, it's Adams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And only a yard this time as he's taken. 26.
He was brought down at the 26. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Mills. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brevin Jordan, 26 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. Mills going to throw for it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Brissett sets to throw it. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardy set to return. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. A run up the middle. Adams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, here's Adams. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal, Mills. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. His throw incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, I should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he stepped the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Donald Parham, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here's Brissett. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Robbie Anderson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at early's opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Mills to throw it. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Saints. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Saints use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
We're set.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they'll indeed take a knee.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for New Orleans, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.